Welcome to, I don't know, my 5th experience with The Witcher. And, well, it's taking a downward slope, sadly. But let me start by explaining the title. Gopher and Keeps. So, let's start off by, well, the part that is completely spoiler free so everyone can listen. Well, let's start off by the part of Gopher. Yeah, I'm playing exactly like Gopher, as in Gopher Gaming. If you want my experience or how I do things in The Witcher, go and watch Gopher's videos and about half the frame rate. That is pretty much what I'm experiencing with it. And this isn't just similar by the way of, oh yeah, we're playing both the mainly nice guy and all. No, literally to the parts of, and this might be slightly spoilerific, although, well, not really. Well, in one quest, we both pick one way to do it, then change our mind and back off on that choice. So, yeah, it's not just similar towards, yeah, we get the same outcome. No, we pretty much take the same way to every same outcome. So yeah, if you want my experience with The Witcher, or the way I play The Witcher, yeah, watch Gopher. That's pretty much how I do it as well. And well, there was one other thing I wanted to mention that was about The Witcher that I found that is completely spoiler free. You're never doing anything but, I mean, there are a ton of games where you're spending a lot of time doing stuff that isn't that important. I mean, for instance, Skyrim, well, you spend a lot of time just walking to places, or talking to people that isn't important, or just going through a dungeon with not really anything to it. While in The Witcher, you're either always doing a quest, or having a little ride to a quest. And this sounds amazing, but, well, you know, Blessing in Disguise? Well, to me this is pretty much a bad point in disguise. Because, well, Skyrim for one, I mean, if I think about Skyrim, how time was spent, I mean, I think about a third of it was fighting, doing dungeons, all that kind of stuff. A third was spent in villages, talking to people and selling stuff and all that kind of thing. And about a third or so, the last third was traveling around. And well, this dynamic probably changes if you fast travel, but I didn't. And that was such an amazing feeling all around, because suddenly, yeah, I can't really explain it, it just really worked. Because fighting was not what you did all the time, so when you did fight, it was special. And you didn't travel all the time, so traveling around was special. And you didn't talk all the time to people, so talking to people was still something special. In The Witcher, well, sometimes you do a bit of traveling, but, well, the traveling is never really traveling for the sake of traveling. That traveling is almost always towards the next part of the quest. And, well, I mean, maybe you spend 10% of your time or so, at least this is how it feels, 10% of the time or so going to the next part of the quest, or going to the next quest. You spend maybe 10% fighting for the quest, and then 80% just quest, talking for quests and all that kind of stuff, or reading for a quest. And I know these percentages are in no way correct, I'm just saying how it feels. And, well, everything is done for the quests. And this might sound amazing, but, well, that makes doing quests the norm. So, it isn't special anymore. Because, well, how can the norm be special? So, in that way, just the quests don't feel as... Somehow this game with amazing quests, the quests don't, to me, feel as special as just quests in something like Skyrim, which is insane because the quests in Skyrim are absolute shite. But, well, you're spending just a part of your time doing them. Meaning, every quest that you do is interesting, is special. So yeah, that is kind of a weird point to me. Because, yeah, the strongest point in the game, to me, well, it became the norm, and when something becomes the norm, you're not impressed by it all that much anymore. I mean, I'm impressed by it when I compare it to other things, but while playing it, not so much, sadly. And, well, let's get to the second part, keeps. This part is spoiler heavy, very spoiler heavy. So unless you have already played the game, or played the game until, well, when you have gotten to a great keep, go away now. This is not something you want spoiled. Not at all. This will ruin a big part of the game if you do. So, everybody left? Yes? Okay. The Battle of Kaer Morhen sucks. Okay, let me explain before I get, well, shot. It's, well, for one, why is this here already? This is the part where just everyone you have helped so far, everyone you have pleased, will come to help you at Kaer Morhen to defend yourself against the Wild Hunt. It is done... Why... Okay, this is the very obvious ending to a game. It's the last thing you do in a game. The very last thing you do is just collect everything you have done so far and use that as the finish. Why is the very obvious ending here? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. There's no reason for it to be here. I mean, are they really saying that when you get to that point you should have done all the side missions you could have done? And you can say, oh, they're breaking convention. Well, yeah, that's nice. Conventions are convention for a reason. It just... I mean, I thought it odd that they did kind of the end prologue after some big quest, but okay, sure, it's a very long game. And I don't quite remember, I think they also did that in the first game and everything, but... Well, that's a minor detail. This is just... It doesn't fit. I have no idea why they felt like this was the place to put it. And all the things that... I mean... Okay, so the people I got there were the Blue Stripes, Zoltan, the Druids, and Kara. I can't remember anything that the Blue Stripes should have done. I mean, they were supposed to make traps. I didn't see any of that. Zoltan was supposed to place explosive stuff. Didn't see any of that either. Druids, I think I saw an explosive part. Explosive leak. Didn't use it, didn't have a single use for it. The only thing I can remember is Kara, because, well, she had a minor little cutscene to herself, which was very nice. I mean, it definitely gave the feeling of, oh, if I hadn't saved her, I didn't get her here, then I would have lost a very important character. So, that felt kinda nice, a bit tacked on, but okay. And then she says a line that she already said at another point. Didn't think I would catch CG Projekt Red on being cheap. I mean, I thought about another. I mean, there are a ton of companies that I would catch on being cheap, but... Well, CG Projekt Red, I didn't think so, and not in this very obvious way. But okay, fine, you did the battle then. And then you killed Vesemir. I'm sorry, what? Okay, yes, you got an emotional response. Correct. Why? You can't just do well, you can, but you shouldn't do just something emotional for the sake of doing something emotional. That doesn't add anything. And, well, at this point, I really don't feel like this was in any way warranted. I mean, was it supposed so that we really hate the Wild Hunt? I'm sorry, that would be a stupid point to make. Would it be for series for series story, for how she feels? Well, she already felt like that. She already felt horrible about everyone putting themselves in danger for this. This doesn't add anything. It's just, I have no idea what they were doing with this entire section of the game. It really felt out of place, just, it didn't fit in any way, I felt like. It really didn't feel like it had anything. So, yeah, this was, in my opinion, just a very poor part of the game, really. And I feel kind of strange about saying that, because I've been praising this game for quite some time, but yeah, this, I can only say that this just sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people who like this part and who say that The Witcher is perfect, but, well, this part really was just bad. Yeah, sorry about that, but it really was. I mean, yeah, you can break with convention and do the bringing everyone you helped together earlier. Why? What did it add? And I mean, you don't expect the... I mean, people had a problem with that in Fallout 4 as well, that they kind of did the ending talk in the middle. But, well, that was even different and still bad, because that was only about the main game. And believe me, I do not like the idea of saying that Fallout 4 did something better or more in place than The Witcher, but here it really felt like it. I mean, in Fallout they just talk about the main quest. In The Witcher 3, it's just everything you have done factors in now. And the strange... I mean, if you didn't do these side quests yet, what's the payoff now? I mean, yes, you do the quest of course, but, well, apparently this was the grand payoff, and now there is no grand payoff anymore. I'm sorry, yeah. I have just so many questions on why they did this and how it just doesn't fit in. I'm sorry people who love this part, but, well, I didn't. And for many ways, and I hope that you can see why. This is Nix saying farewell. Man, you're gonna hate the next part.